Clavicular has built his entire brand on one word: winning. But what if his whole philosophy is just a masterclass in how to lose? We're going to break down how Clavicular's toxic mix of black pill ideology and eugenics adjacent nonsense isn't a guide to success, but a roadmap to a lonely and deeply insecure life. So, Braden Peters is the 19-year-old influencer behind the Clavicular persona. He's captivated hundreds of thousands of followers by selling a very specific, very seductive dream. It's this dream of winning by looks maxing, which is a subculture that's laser focused on maximizing your physical attractiveness, no matter the cost. His content, which is streamed to a massive and growing audience of young boys, is this cycle of writing strangers' faces, pushing extreme self-improvement routines, and selling paid coaching to young men who are desperate for a shred of confidence. But the confidence that he's selling is built on a house of cards. He's peddling a worldview that tells young men that their worth is only skin deep and that it's all determined by genetics and that the only way to feel good is to dominate others with your appearance. It's this twisted concept called mogging. And this isn't a path of victory. This is a toxic trap. And today we're going to expose why this so-called mindset is actually the ultimate losing game. And to see why his name is so stupid.
Clavicular.
To see why Clavicular's advice is so backwards, you have to understand what he's actually selling. It's this cocktail of manufactured confidence. It's like hopelessness ideology, and some seriously disturbing historical echoes, to be honest.
You don't think there's like black male models that you deem like, oh yeah, these guys mog?
Well, obviously, but
That's what I'm saying. You answered your question, obviously, right?
Usually they fall within these, ratios and these ideals. Maybe they have more European-oriented features, I guess you could say, in a lot of cases.
So, first up is this twisted definition of winning. In Clav's universe, winning isn't about your character or your integrity or even building something that's like purposeful in this world. It's about having a specific checklist of physical traits, which is a sharp jawline, hunter eyes, and a perfectly symmetrical face. And the problem is that his content relentlessly pushes these impossible beauty standards, and it's a world where somebody like Michael B. Jordan gets dismissed as a 3.5 out of 10. If that doesn't scream ego, I genuinely don't know what does. This creates a goalpost that's just not moving. It's on this other planet, and for most people, this isn't self-improvement. It's a license for self-hatred. He's teaching his audience to see themselves and everybody around them through this warped, shallow lens, where the human value is just a scoreboard of facial features. It's a rigged game where he sets the arbitrary rules.
I'd take a quick break from the stream, go get your address, and then come back.
I mean, maybe we could start with dinner somewhere first.
I was thinking we could start in the back of my car up there.
So you're not a gentleman?
Oh, I have my fun first, and then I'll be a gentleman to you.
I fear that's not how that works.
That's how I work, and if you want to be with me, that's how it is. So what do you say?
I say me. Someone out there would be down, but not me.
You know you're down.
You're cute, but not that cute.
So goodbye, goodbye.
Let's go out sometime. What are you doing?
Honestly, after that.
Do you want a fucking nigga that's gonna beat around the bush and lie to you? What?
The obsession with looks is just a gateway to the most dangerous part of this message, which is black pill. If you're not familiar, black pill is a philosophy of pure despair born from incel forums. It argues that your success in life, especially with women, is almost entirely predetermined by your physical appearance. If you didn't win the genetic lottery, you're basically doomed. Clav's content is soaked in this fatalism. He throws around pseudoscientific jargon like recessed mandibles to sound smart, but his message is brutally simple. Your destiny is determined by your looks. This man is so incredibly full of himself, it's insane. So much so, he's rejected by women all the time. But this philosophy that he goes by and that he swears by is clearly flawed. Yet his ego always seems to get in the way of his pea-sized brain. This ideology is incredibly disempowering. Instead of encouraging young men to build skills, develop a personality, or create real-life connections, it tells them that none of that really matters. It just breeds resentment and hopelessness, convincing them that they're permanent victims of their own DNA. Winners adapt and overcome, but the black pill tells you not to even bother trying. And this leads us to the ugliest part of this whole thing: eugenics.
Marlon Boggs, all of you? Yeah, but he's black.
When you start creating a hierarchy of human value based on physical traits, you're walking down a very, very dark, well-trodden path. Looks maxing in the world that he lives by is full of language that sounds eerily similar to the pseudoscience of eugenics. It's the belief that you can improve the human race by deciding which traits are desirable. This isn't a coincidence whatsoever. These ideas have led to horrible discriminations and atrocities throughout history. And while Clav might not be quoting 19th century eugenicists, he's pushing the same core ideas. The idea that people are just genetically superior to others. This has led to some serious accusations of him being a racist, white supremacist streamer. He is. With clips circulating of him hurling racial slurs, pining for any sort of attention. And it's embarrassing. Like, what he's like, who's finding this funny? You know, like, this can't be funny to anybody over the age of like 13. What does he want people to do? Care? Get angry? Reports from his community detail race-bait debates and even suggest voting for politicians based on their MAG potential. This isn't about a better jawline anymore. It's about normalizing an ideology that ranks human beings based on an arbitrary and often racialized physical ideal. And you guys, I know, it's kind of heavy, but if you think this conversation is important, please do me a favor and like this video and subscribe. It helps push back these kinds of harmful narratives and shows the algorithm that people are looking for something better. Now let's talk about the real-world damage that this is causing.
And chilling here in Tel Aviv if you ever want to party.
Dude, I can already see clips. Clav injects meth on think they're going crazy.
Chat, we're looks maxing her. It's all good. Dr. Clav? Yeah. Sarah.
You also wait, is it true you do meth? Somebody told me you do meth too.
I do meth, yes. So I do meth to, basically suppress my appetite and try to get leaner. It's really not as bad as people think.
How do you take it?
Intranasally.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Like up your nose.
The garbage that Clav is preaching doesn't just stay online, it spills out into the real world with devastating results. It's creating young men who are more insecure, more isolated, and alarmingly reckless. This constant pressure to looks max is a pipeline directly related to body dysmorphia, sending his followers down a rabbit hole of dangerous, unregulated self-experimentation. This isn't a guess either. In about late 2025, Clavicular live streamed himself injecting his 17-year-old girlfriend with cosmetic peptides meant for fat reduction. And the backlash was, rightly so, enormous. People were horrified with the blatant exploitation of a minor and the insanity of performing an unlicensed medical procedure on a live broadcast. That one moment tells you everything you need to know about his brand. It's the glamorization of dangerous body modification, all for a fake ideal, which completely disregards for safety or ethics. Also, did you hear the guy's doing booger sugar? Like he's really, he's powdering his nose for whatever reason, and he thinks that it's totally okay. And he's pushing this to our young boys. Remember this, by the way. Our youth is seeing this, and our youth is agreeing that this is okay. What in the world?
I'll draw him with this guy. Draw.
Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh my god.
Should I draw him with this guy? Draw.
Oh my god!
Is he dead? Go for it.
Who are you?
Clavicular.
Why are you so fancy and popular?
It's because I ran over a guy with my car.
Why? What? Are you going to jail?
No, I'm not.
Mind you, this recklessness, this is totally him. This isn't a one-off thing. His streams are a magnet for chaos. On Xmas Eve, during a Miami livestream, a man jumped on the hood of his Cybertruck, and Clav hit the accelerator, throwing the man to the ground. In the aftermath, he reportedly saying that this is such a mouthful, and it's crazy that he even said this, but he reportedly said that he hoped the man would die. Later on, he claimed it was self-defense and said that he was afraid for his life, though they were armed, but the incident still got him a permanent kick ban, and it sparked a massive debate about his constant rage baiting. My whole thing is, if you're this Chad, like if you're this alpha male like you claim you are, why didn't you just get out of the car, puff up your chest, and go show him the alpha man you are? Like this guy wasn't even like sure, he's on the hood of his car, but this guy wasn't threatening by any means. This guy's just like laughing and like making faces at him. Like, if you're such an alpha male, then get out there and go fight him. Like, go be a man and fight him. Push him off the hood of your car. But no, you run him over, and then you're gonna claim, oh, I was scared. I was scared for my life. And like, guys, like, the video is disturbing. Like, it's actually so sad. Like, it's like you can hear the people in his car crying as he's running over this guy. Like, it's terrifying. And he's been detained by the police on multiple streams and has been filmed threatening people with violence while yelling slurs. And you know what? Something tells me this isn't the full story. Something tells me that, since Clav spends all his time provoking people, he probably provoked this man too. And like, at this point, if you guys think these are the actions of a winner, I don't know what to tell you, because these are chaotic and violent meltdowns of somebody whose toxic ideology is poisoning his real life reality.
Ready? Chat. Nick bomb. Nick bomb. Nigga! Yo, did anyone hear that? What was that? Must have been the wind. Must have been the wind, bro. I didn't say that.
I don't really like a woman who tries to be super educated either and try to like have these intelligent conversations, because a lot of the times, like, you could, and this is talked about by Socrates and a lot, like, a woman could be very well educated, but that doesn't make them a good thinker. So they just might have a lot of these like facts in their brain, maybe from books they've read. They don't necessarily know how to interpret them properly. They won't make the right conclusions. So I just don't want a wife who's like wanting to argue about like, politics like that all the time.
This is the product that he's creating. He's not building Chads. He's manufacturing insecure young men who are obsessed with their flaws and willing to do dangerous things for a quick hit of dominance. Black pill and the whole idea of it that he pushes doesn't lead to confidence. It leads to misery and isolation. It teaches men to see women as prizes to be won through intimidation, and other men as enemies to be mocked. This is hostile. This zero-sum worldview is the definition of a losing game. It cuts you off from real connections, empathy, and all the things that actually make a life worth living. And the worst part is, Clav has nothing but his looks. He's socially awkward. He's unpleasant. And he's just really weird. The thing is, if you're gonna be racist, at least be consistent. Don't go around talking terribly about, for example, black women, and then turn around and inject yourself with melanin. Because at the end of the day, all I see is insecurity with him. He's like the neglected little boy, doing anything to have attention on him, whining, crying about those who admittedly look 10 times better than him. Marlon, by the way. He's risen fast, but he'll crash even faster. So, if Clavicular's path is for losers, what does real winning look like? It starts with rejecting the biggest lie of Black Pill, that your looks define your life. Real life self-improvement isn't about bone smashing or obsessing over your canthal tilt. It's about building a foundation of actual, undeniable value. Winning is learning a skill until you're undeniably good at it. Master an instrument, learn to code, become a craftsman, start a business. Something real that gives you sense of purpose. Winning is forging character. It's developing integrity, discipline, and the resilience to get back up when you've gotten knocked down. It's about who you are when nobody's watching, not just how you look in a perfectly lit selfie. And winning is building a genuine human connection. It's learning to listen, to show empathy, to communicate like an adult. It's building friendship and relationships on mutual respect, not some twisted calculation of sexual market value. This is a strategy that actually works. Unlike the empty promises of looks maxing, these are things that you actually have control over. Your jawline might be genetic, but your character is a choice that you get to make every day. Focus on what's internal and what you can control. It's the only real path of confidence. It's a path that doesn't require you to hate yourself or see everybody else as competition. It's a path where you get to define what winning means to you. Braden Peters is not a winner, and his philosophy is a scam. He's a 19-year-old who found his way to profit from the insecurities of other young men. His entire brand is a toxic cocktail of superficiality, fatalism, and a pseudoscience that leaves his followers more anxious, isolated, and reckless. From injecting his teenage girlfriend with mystery chemicals to his constant violent livestream dramas, his own actions paint the clearest picture of where his ideology leads. Black pill and looks maxings aren't tools for empowerment. They're a trap, a prison that locks you into a shallow, lonely, and losing existence. Real winning isn't about mogging the next guy to you. It's about outcompeting the person you were yesterday. It's about building a life of purpose, character, and connection. That's a victory that no face rating app can ever measure. It's a victory that's available to you and available to anyone, no matter what they see in the mirror. So, if you're tired of the toxic garbage being sold to young men online, subscribe for more breakdowns of these harmful ideologies. Tell me what your take is on the situation in the comments, and let's change the conversation together.